What's up, guys? You like our content? You hate our content? You want to interact with us? You want to tell us what you really think? You want to support us? You want to detract from us? Do we enrage you? Do you love us? Join us over on Patreon. $5. Join our Patreon. Become a member. We do member-only videos on Patreon, and we build those videos off your questions and answers. We'll read anything you put almost. Even if it's against us, if you disagree with us, we can have a real conversation. We can have a hateful conversation. Patreon. SOEtacticalgear.com. All these clips you watch come from our YouTube. We do a 90-minute to 2-hour podcast on YouTube once a week. You can join that member group there for between $5 and $15 range, and you can interact with us, and you see all of these video clips. You see full-length content within 2 days of us making it, so it comes up as current events. If you don't want to join, that's okay. These videos come out free to the public on the SOE Tactical YouTube page. I also do a live every night at 9 o'clock on YouTube, and we can discuss anything you guys want to talk about. We better go fast. It's cold. I might die. My body fat's really low right now.
Oh yeah.
My body fat's too low to be out in this environment. SOE compound party. I hesitate to even call it a party. We're doing a bonfire July, what the fuck am I saying? Scratch that out of there. We're doing a bonfire January 11th. We always talk about, I want to do these parties. I want to have these parties. And then when it gets closer, I'm like, why the fuck are we even doing these parties? It's just, it takes days from us to do them, and we always do one right in July because alumni's in town, but really we get 50 guys from alumni that come in, and then hundreds of other dudes, so it just throws my year off because I really want to do a winter one, like a Christmas or a fall party. I want to do like a Halloween costume party, and then I want to do one earlier in the year. I want to have 2 or 3 parties, which we've done in the past, but having it in July is too close to have like a fall, party. It's just too close. So what's happening is we had some tornadoes and straight line wind come through here a few miles up the road, well, several miles up the road, and it's just laid down for us. And there's a lot of houses on the edge of the forest. So we've got a friend who is doing a lot of cleanup on these places, and they're cutting these trees down. And the dump has told them, hey, do not bring any more of that shit here. You're dumping too much stuff here. So we're putting it on the property here. I'm like, no problem, bring it. Bring us all the wood chips you got. Bring us all the wood you have. We'll chip it or whatever. Well, it's gotten too big too fast. So we're gonna light the burn pile off. The cool thing about that is usually we build a burn pile and we light it off in July, and it's just too hot for people to be out here. It's just too hot. There's bugs. Well, right now it's cold. There's no bugs. Nobody's gonna get chiggers. You're not gonna get any ticks. There's no mosquitoes. And when we light the fire off, it will create its own weather. It will be super hot. When we do these fires, even if it's raining, when you're anywhere near the fire, within sight of the fire, rain does not get on you. It evaporates it before it hits. So we're gonna go and take this burn pile over here. Can you see this steam coming off of these things? Think the camera will get it?
I don't know.
You guys always see these wood chip piles, and when we poke out the back door, you don't see just show them how big this shit is. At this point, there's at least 50 of these dump truck loads of wood chips here. We're gonna I need to take the tractor and spread it all out. And when we do the parties, we put the wood chips down because you're about to step in a puddle. It gets muddy out here. So we put the wood chips down so even if it's raining, mud doesn't get tracked all over the property and back into the shop. So we're gonna take that burn pile over there, and we're gonna light that on fire on January 11th and just have a hangout. Everybody's always like, hey, I'm in town, can I come by and hang out for a couple hours? Hey, I'm gonna come see you. And a lot of them, like dudes that I know, they're just, hey, I'm gonna come, hang out with you. Well, I don't hang out. Like, there is not a point anytime through the year where I'm just going to sit down and hang out. If I'm hanging out, it's with Amanda, and we're out of town or we're going to the movies or whatever, and I don't just hang out. So if we're going to hang out, you got to come in and bring a lot of money, and you know, I'll stop. If you're in town, and can you tell I'm cold? I'm fucking shivering. If you're in town, stop by all means. You know, we'll give you an hour time. We'll show you around the shop. We'll bullshit, whatever. But if you're somebody I actually know, dude's like, hey, I'm gonna come hang out with you on Monday. Unlike you, I fucking work on Monday, and everybody in here works. So this is the one time of year where I will hang out. Usually when we do a party, we have people show up like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Usually we have a little get together on Friday, and everybody that knows everybody, we just sit around and fucking hang out. It's the only time I'll have a soda once a year, maybe have a drink. But that's the only time I hang out. Like, that's it. You want to hang out, come to one of the parties. And that's what this is going to be. This is going to be more of a smaller get together. We haven't brought in 4 or 5 bands this year. I don't have 2 food trucks out front. Pierre's coming in. He's doing shawarma. I can't pronounce it. Lebanese meat. He wants to start a restaurant, maybe a food truck. This is his new concept. He's tested it a few times, and he's going to have food for 100 people to feed them 2 plates. So Pierre's coming in and setting that up, and going to do all the prep and cook and everything here. We're going to light the bonfire off, and we're just going to hang out. We've got a ton of gear in the shop. We'll be doing sales. I have not invited a ton of people. I have not advertised this. I have not promoted it. We've been talking about it in the closed groups for a couple of months now. We've talked about it on live feed for a couple months. I just made a post on the main SOE page yesterday. That's the first time we put it out. So why did I do that? I did that on purpose because I feel like even when we do one of our bigger parties, I feel like I'm kind of letting people down, because dudes come from all over the world to come to the parties. They come from Japan. 2 years ago, we had a dude come in on July 4th. July 2nd, he came in, showed up, and I'm like, what are you doing in town? And he goes, I'm here for the 4th of July party. I'm like, bro, we're doing the 4th of July party the week after 4th of July, because so many people have to do things with family. You know, they take the kids to see the fireworks on the 4th of July. So we did it the following weekend. He's like, well, no big deal. I took leave. I flew from Ireland to come here. And Ireland, New Zealand. I flew from New Zealand to come here to the party. So we're going to hang out in Nashville, and, you know, we'll come back through on the way back out. But it's shit like that. People, you know, change their lives around and get plane tickets and hotel reservations and stuff to come to the party. And I just kind of feel like I let them down. So I didn't promote this or push it or anything. We're talking about it right now. Anybody is welcome to come. And this is really the only time of year where it's not 100% work. So come in. If you're a vendor of some sort, you know, friendly to us, if we're friends with you, or you've communicated with us, or you sell a product or something, you're welcome to come and bring your product. Communicate with us first. Let us know what you're selling, who you are, and that's it. You're not going to have thousands of people here. You want to come hang out with us and see our shop and just bullshit with us, and you happen to have a product or something, bring it out. You're welcome to sell it. But that's it. That's what it is, and this is what we're going to light on fire. We did one of these in July. Whenever, I don't remember when, last year in July. Last year now. It's January 1st now. We did one of these, and there's some big pieces of wood in there, and the biggest piece is still underneath, and it burned for 2 weeks. Every day we'd come on the property in the morning, it would be smoldering, or there's like a tornado of flame coming out of this big huge piece of wood, and the piece of wood's, you know, up to my shoulder. It's a big huge tree, and it would seem to have gone out, and then every time it rained, you'd see steam just billowing out of it, and it would fucking spark back, and there's literally like this tornado of flame coming like 3 feet out of it. It's pretty neat. But when we do these things will burn for, you know, they'll sit here and smolder for a week at least, and we'll pour water on them, and they'll appear to be out, and they just sit there. So this will be a good one, and it's not too hot. Like we had a few years ago, I think it was closer to, I want to say we did one in November years ago. And when we lit it off, it was bigger than this one. When we lit it off, I was standing next to a dude at the phone pole, and I was just out here in a TAD jacket, Triple Lot Designs jacket, a Ranger hoodie. And the dude next to me had like a North Face puffy jacket, you know, those big puffy jackets. And he's like, man, that's a nice fire. I go, bro, your jacket's melting. He's like, what? I go, your jacket is shrinking up like a shrinky dink. Like that fire was so hot. I was standing there like this to keep it from burning my face. And his jacket is just fucking shrinking down on him. So it'll be more, it'll be a lot more friendly. And we'll be able to just hang out. We'll have wood chips all around here, and come if you want. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't want to hear a bunch of bullshit like every time. Man, I wish I could have came, because if you wanted to do it, you'd have done it. You'd have made some sacrifices and you'd have been here. And if you don't, that's okay. You had more important shit to do. I get it. I don't come to your parties.